Well, just as I was making a video to get ready to talk about the insane price tag on this new collection event that's going to rack you up about $360, we just got a mid-season patch notes dump that we were not expecting. A lot of nerfs, a lot of buffs, guns, weapons, and all things included. If you guys want to stay up to date with all things Apex Legends news related, of course, like the video, subscribe to the channel. It's your Apex news guy here, ready to dive into what is in the story today. I want to also say before we get into this, I apologize. Unfortunately, I know you guys really look forward to my giveaways. I don't know, there's no other way to say this. I'm simply broke as a joke right now, man. I just don't have the money, unfortunately, to give away the Buster Sword. I know you guys were probably looking forward to that, and I hate to disappoint, but I just really can't afford it.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Firstly, I did want to mention the obvious. If you guys have not seen already, Crowdrindo had posted, and along with other people's as well, SWL, Amidst, that yes, we are going to be seeing some very strange price tags going into this new collection event. Now, event packs are 1,000 Apex coins now instead of 700. So that means in theory, you're going to have to spend near $360 to get the entire event. Now, I believe obviously with there being 36 packs, you probably could get some discounts and all of that stuff. So it's probably more along the lines of 320, but still it's nowhere near as cheap as it used to be. Also, I found it interesting because another YouTuber, Kev the King, had pointed out something that was rather remarkable, but EA seems to be very against this whole gambling stuff when it's outright just blatant gambling, but yet they don't mind doing things like this where you have a 1 in 36 chance of getting the actual Buster Sword in your Apex pack. So they find a way to soft promote gambling to kids, which just seems ridiculous, but sadly true. And a lot of people are obviously ticked off at EA for not only raising the prices, $360 in order to get a death box skin as well, and a random chance at this Buster Sword. And of course the content itself is really cool, but the price tag is not cool at all. And even Apex Legends professional player JMeyels had said that Apex is starting to look more like an NFT crypto scam more than actual NFT crypto scam. It definitely feels like it's starting to get into heavy like scammy vibes. Now, also in these leaked pictures, you could see that there was some conversation about a possible massive discount to start your journey. So one pack only being 100 coins, and then also you've got a 4-pack that could be only 1,600 coins. So there may be some massive discount going on to start it off with, but not entirely sure. People started to eventually relay back to the last year Celestial Sunrise event, when you would notice they put a $160 collection event skin that was nothing more than a Peacekeeper recolor skin. And of course there were massive articles as well that really hammered Respawn, and they would eventually come out to apologize and say that yeah, this isn't what we really normally do, and we probably won't do it again. We learned our lesson, blah blah blah. But just because they won't do one specific messed up thing doesn't mean they won't try another. Now, while fans were going crazy about this news, it seems like Respawn had other ideas to maybe calm players down a little bit, as Amidst would go on to show there are a lot of nerfs, buffs, and balance changes going into this update as well, posting a lot of these patch notes onto Twitter. Firstly, thank you to Ghostlike for tagging me in this as well. Amidst started off by saying new castle changes that will be happening. Castle wall impact will now destroy Conduit's energy barricade mines, and then also the mobile shield has an update where it can now be destroyed by enemy crypto EMPs. Also, there's a delayed balance adjustments from the season 19.0 patch notes, and they are now fully integrated. We also did get some changes to Rampart as well, saying that amped walls are no longer destroyed by friendly crypto EMP or Mad Maggie's wrecking ball. So yeah, Rampart is definitely going to be back in meta soon. If this isn't enough to convince the pro players to start running Rampart, then I don't really know what is. Because to combat it with that, and to talk about the legend that normally replaces Rampart, we're here to talk about Catalyst as well, getting changes with her piercing spikes, which now require a line of sight to an enemy player in order to activate. But on top of that, spikes that have not been activated will still slow players. So what I grabbed from this is when you start putting your spikes down on doors, because the doors actually take away your direct line of sight, maybe they won't actually activate or do damage, but you may still be slowed by these spikes as they still go through the doors. But the difference between getting slowed and taking damage while being slowed is obviously pretty crucial. So maybe this is what's going to change the meta a little bit. I think it's no surprise that we're all excited to see Horizon changes. We just hope that this one actually works. Number one, hard landing audio adjusted to match other legends. Horizon has been notorious for being the legend with no audio whatsoever, and for some reason you'll just find one right behind you and you heard nothing at all. And that seems to be because the Horizon soft landings play a weird part in audio, and so now soft landings now play audio in world, not just for Horizon. So this is definitely one of the better changes I've seen for sure. What's funny is all 3 changes to Horizon have to deal with audio, because also the gravity lift exit audio range has now been increased to make it easier to hear characters who are leaving the gravity lift, which I think is another great thing, because all the time you'll just find someone dive bombing on you and you hear nothing at all. And so now you should start to hear a lot more when players exit the gravity lift and start landing on you. Now, there's also been some changes to some of the weapons as well. So crafting rotations start now. Hemlock and Alternator are now going to be entering into the crafter. The R301 and Volt SMG are going back to the floor loop. The R99 and Car SMG also got a little bit of a nerf, with the damage being reduced on the R99 from 12 bullets to 11 bullets, and the damage being reduced on the Car SMG from 13 to 12. I'm not fully convinced that this is going to be enough for a Volt SMG meta quite yet, but I would definitely like to see that. He also said that the Mastiff is going to be getting a change as well, with tactical reload time being reduced from 0.6 and it was 1.03, so a little bit of a faster reload on the Mastiff. Also, the empty reload time has now been reduced from 1.6, in which it was 1.7, and the draw time has been reduced to 0.45 and it was 0.8, so nearly a cut in half draw time. So this weapon's going to be a lot faster. Now, we also have more map changes to Stormpoint, which I found a little odd considering we just got this map update as well. But according to Hypermist, added and adjusted cover at Zoo Station and Echo HQ. They also added ring console to Coastal Camp, added a trident to barometer, added the position of the ring console, survey beacon, and crafting station at Lightning Rod, reduced volume of ambient audio at Zoo Station and Echo HQ, removed ring console, survey beacon, and crafting station from Thunderwatch, restored a missing ring console at Command Center, and the Echo HQ POI got some more specific changes as well. Added 4 new staircases at Echo HQ to improve vertical navigation around the perimeter. This one is actually pretty big. The rooftop of Echo HQ is now out of bounds. Zipline and rooftop hatch has now been removed as well. That was a little wild because that was kind of God spot if the ring actually ended there, so a big change as well. Watson's pylon also got some updates with an adjusted position of the actual zip lines in order to improve the consistency of mantle jumping. Now, I really gotta commend Apex for this one, because mantle jumping obviously is a really high skilled movement tech, and for them to actually try to encourage more high skilled movement, I love it, honestly. They also reduced the amount of ultra rare loot at Watson's pylon, and then Zoo Station also got some changes with added additional cover and zip lines at Zoo Station for mixtape modes only. They also increased the speed of the redeploy balloon zip line at Zoo Station by 25%. Now, we also got some other changes with mixtape map rotation as well. Control mode now has Hammond Labs and Production Yard being out. Lava Siphon and Caustic Treatment are now in. Gun Run also got some changes where the Core, Estates, and Watson's Pylon are out. And then Skulltown, Fragment, East, Zoo Station are in. TDM, you have Zoo Station, Skulltown, and Phase Runner out, which sucks because Skulltown TDM is like one of the greatest things ever. And then Watson's Pylon, Party Crasher, and Overflow are now in. They also made some additional changes to extended supply bins, added a cap to the number of heat shields a team can receive from the secret drawer. They also added a cap of the number of med kits a team can receive from the secret drawer. So I guess they're trying to stop this whole healing at his own, but I still don't think this is the best way to do it. There's also a lot of bug fixes according to Hypermist, saying that the ultimate for Ash can no longer be used with tridents to get under the map. Bloodhound also had one of the skins changed that was black and is now white. Catalyst Piercing Spike's ability description now shows the correct number of traps. Piercing Spikes can now be pinged again. Ultimate no longer shows as ready in inventory without being fully charged. Conduit also has a change with fixed energy barricade V-shaped deployment when looking directly at the ground. The tactical can no longer be used on respawning team that are still in the dropship, and Crypto also got changes. Fixed Crypto take ring damage while standing in a heat shield if controlling his drone in the ring. For Lobo, we have restored movement speed while holding the tactical if it was activated while standing still. Mad Maggie also got changes with fixed damage numbers not showing correctly when hitting Revenant's ultimate shroud with Wrecking Ball. Also, passive no longer works through Catalyst walls. Revenant no longer occasionally becomes invincible during his ultimate if his shroud is broken while marked by Vantage snipers. Also, Vantage got a change as well with corrected sniper ult bullets damage to marked targets when breaking Gibraltar's arm shield or Revenant's ultimate shroud. Watson also got changes with ultimate correctly recharging shields when placed after Bangalore smoke. Now, lastly, you may have seen a lot of people talking about clubs as well. In this leaked image, unfortunately, it seems like the clubs tab was actually not there for the Final Fantasy event, and maybe it's just because it's a different build, but it seems, according to Crowd Rendo, that it was unfortunately abandoned, and just like arenas, we'll no longer be seeing clubs, which is unfortunate because I had a lot of great ideas that I felt like they could have done, and I don't know if they're ever going to bring it back, but hopefully in due time they will. I know a lot of people really enjoyed the clan tags, but let me know what you think down below about all the topics in today's video. Of course, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you want to stay up to date all things Apex Legends news related, and until the next time, we'll see you all later, Gators.